Hi, this is Adam. Today I'm going to talk about overbooking. First, you need to determine what your sellout efficiency is to determine a good overbooking strategy for your hotel. To calculate your sellout efficiency, look at historical data the past year and how many potential sellout nights did you have. Typically, a potential sellout could be considered as any night where we had more than 95% occupancy on the books. So calculate how many days we finished over 95% and how many of those days do we actually sell out. That'll give you your sellout efficiency. If it's below 50% sellout efficiency, more than likely you should get more aggressive with your overbooking strategy. So considerations to think about when you're overbooking your hotel. One is, what is the market demand? Is everyone in the city sold out? If that's the case, we're gonna have nowhere to walk our guests, or we're gonna be walking them pretty far away. So one, do we have somewhere to walk them? Two, what is the rate we can walk them at? If the walk rate is $500, maybe it doesn't make sense to overbook aggressively on a certain night. So have all that information before you determine what your overbooking should be. Second, and probably the most important thing, is how many arrivals do I have on a given night? A good rule of thumb when I was in operations was we would always overbook by about 10% of our arrivals. So if we had 100 guests arriving on Friday night, we would overbook by 10 rooms. But take it a step further and calculate your cancellation rate or your no-show rate to get a more concrete number on what your overbooking should be. Third, what room type should you overbook? Or are you just doing a general hotel overbooking? Always recommend starting with just overbooking your standard room type or a king bedded room type. If you start overbooking two bedded room types, you risk putting a guest in a room with one bed when they ask for two, and that creates more guest service issues. It's a lot easier to upgrade a guest than to downgrade a guest to a lower priced room. So start with overbooking just your standard room types. Fourth is your reimbursement policy for your redemptions. All the brands have some type of reimbursement policy, so you should know what that threshold is. Do you need to reach 95% or 100% to get reimbursement for your point stays on the books? Know how many point stays you have on the books. If you have 30% of your rooms on a given night are from redemptions, then you should probably get pretty aggressive with your overbooking strategy, because that incremental revenue from the reimbursements is gonna have a bigger impact than any potential lost revenue due to walks. Some other best practices to think about is, what guests are you going to walk? Day of arrival, you should know the 3 to 5 guests that you're going to have to walk if the situation arises. So who is that? Generally, you don't want to walk a brand loyal guest, meaning a gold member or a platinum member, things like that. They're more likely to write reviews, and in some cases, brands have strict policies on if you can walk them at all. So start by trying to walk your third-party reservation guests from Expedia or Booking.com. They're not brand loyal, and they're not as likely to write a review. And then last, I highly recommend confirming arrivals and validating credit cards within 24 to 48 hours to arrival, so you can potentially cancel reservations and get a better idea of how many arrivals you're going to have on a Friday night or Saturday night. And adjust your overbooking strategy as needed. Thanks.